So it's the end of day one of working from home, and day one of the term. My old work laptop would not let me sign in, and it's because every now and then they're supposed to be connected to the department's network to basically synchronize and everything. It just wouldn't work, and they were saying the only way it was going to work was if I went to school and plugged it in, and like, I'm not going to drive an hour to do that. I'm not going anywhere where I'm trying to avoid coming in contact with the public. And then our tech advisor said to me, do you live near a department school? And I said, there's one 5-10 minutes away. And later on she said, you can sit outside the school in your car and connect through their Wi-Fi, because it's the department's Wi-Fi. It's the whole state. It's the same system. And apparently one of our staff, like one of my staff mates who lives further up the mountain, she did that, drove down outside a local school, sat in the car, got signed in, fine. So I've just done that. I've driven up to the school, sat outside it, had my phone on to see where the Wi-Fi signal was able to connect to the Wi-Fi with my phone. So I fired up the laptop, and instead of just sitting there and saying like your password's wrong, which is what it was saying this morning, it was looking like it was going to log in, and then it said that the machine ID wasn't listed in the system on the server. And I rang the tech advisor, and she said to me, how old's your laptop? And it's at least 5 years. And she said, yeah, that hasn't been re-imaged, because they change the image every now and then. And the image is the way the system is set up, operating system, all the software, security protocols, all that sort of stuff. This is a very old image, and the department just recently went through a whole re-imaging at the start of this year, and so this one's not listed anymore. It won't log in. So that little plan of driving up and sitting outside the school was an excellent one, just didn't work. Good morning, everyone. Day 2 of remote teaching, round 2, because this happened last year. We've just finished, actually we had a morning staff muster meeting at 8:30 like we normally would at school, and that was just to let us all know about what the situation is. Like, the boss and a number of staff are at school to support any students who do come in, to have help hand out work to parents and students who come up to the school, although when they come up to the school they're not allowed into the building, so everything's been set up out the front under the covers of the school. They did say that there had been some students who have already arrived. There's some pretty strict protocols on staff and students this time, like they must. It's a requirement that everybody wears masks when indoors now, unless they have specific exemptions, which are medical type reasons. Yeah, everybody from year 7 up. And I know this is happening all over the rest of the world. I've seen so many videos from news and teachers that I know that show students right down to elementary school and primary school here happily wearing masks in class and going along like life is normal, except that they've got a mask on. So I really don't know why there's such a big deal about it. I've just set up some announcements for my class that I would normally have, and I'm meant to have year 11 construction for the next 2 hours. I've put in some information down here. They've already been given cluster B. If they hadn't taken it with them at the end of last term when I was DP, then there's a digital version for them on here for them to download, and I'm just going to have to get some extra support work on there for them to access whenever. And like I did last year, I'm going to do some videos that support the clusters that we're doing. Last year it was clusters C and D, or D and E last year. this year I've got E again, which I've got to do some more information on, some more videos, and cluster B, because it's a different time of the year. So I'll get on with that, and I'll go and put a shirt on, tie on for my video, so I look a little bit more respectable. Well, it's been another long day. Getting some work put together for construction as part of a Google site that a staff member and I started a few years back, actually. So just sort of updating some information on that. I had to do some mandatory training for emergency care and anaphylaxis training for the department, which was online. I've just completed that, which is why I'm sitting in a room that's only lit by computer screens and it's completely dark at the moment. I just had to make sure I got through it all. That's been day 2, or day 1 with the kids. I've had a few kids log in and talk, like year 12, year 11, I think year 10, I saw a notification that they've signed on and asked a question, so I've got to double check that. Probably about the fact that I've got them tomorrow. I'll quickly check that before packing up in here and leaving the study. So here we are at the end of day 3 of remote learning from home. Day 1 was meeting day. This is the second day of classes. I've had, if I followed my timetable, which I did, I had 5 classes today, and two year 12 classes and year 10. A couple of year 10 showed up, and a couple of year 12 showed up from one of the subjects. I've been working on video material for my construction class so they can try and work their way through some of their clusters. And I wish I was as prolific with this channel as I was today creating content for my class, because today I have recorded. You can see the camera set up with the whiteboard. Edited, uploaded to my other channel, my working channel, or my channel for work and the kids, inserted them into a Google website that I've set up for it, and I've been working on that over the last 2 days as well, and inserted them links into our Google Classroom. So I've done all that from starting at around 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's now just gone 7, and I've been on and off, taking breaks for lunch and for classes, talking to the students and this sort of stuff. But I've done 13 videos today, and I wish, like I said, that's record, edit, upload, and all the other little stuff. But my goodness, if I'd done that with this channel, it'd be amazing. But anyway, I'm going to pack up in here now for the night, go and have some dinner and chill. Might see you tomorrow. Forgot to also mention, and I've just been reminded because I started watching a news article, we're going into, or our lockdown, which was meant to end this Friday, and we knew it wasn't going to. It's been extended by an extra 2 weeks, so that's 2 more weeks of remote learning, and the department has even come out and said today, look, we're still doing remote learning for another 2 weeks. So now I've got to check with NESA as to what's going to happen with the kids' projects, because their projects are due in 3 weeks from now, but they can't go into school Well, they can, but I'm not travelling down an hour down. The cases in the state are growing, or they're at a high level, but they're growing in terms of they're spreading further out into Greater Sydney. There's been a couple of areas down around Emu Plains and Penrith and Windsor that have shown up. Mount Druitt, which is near work, not as much as southwest Sydney and eastern Sydney, but if they're starting to pop up there, there's a good chance that we're going to start seeing more cases around there as well. So yeah, 2-week extension on the lockdown. I reckon it's going to go longer.